Hey everybody, my name's Dagan. I play the character Demotico Brachos, otherwise known as Demo, and I tag along with the others for the live stream we do called Songs of War every Friday. And I'm here to do the weekly recap for the last session, which was episode 17. So tag along and we'll see what the group got up to. The last session, the party reconvened on the Sunday morning after the previous night. Rhea checked in with Rune after his first intentional killing of another person. It was a drow he had struck down, cut in half, during the portal attack, where they were ambushed. Afterwards, they ate together with the rest of the group, and the group decided they should go look for the T-Rex, which they've been trying to do and gathering information for weeks, not more than that. And they had a day free, so they decided to do it. The group left the dorm to go find a friend and mentor named Theodore, one of the faculty members, but as they left, Rune and Leon saw a marking on the door. It was a drow marking, and it basically marked the inhabitants of the building as presumed death. Despite the threat, however, they decided to continue on to Theodore's tower. They ended up finding him still miserable, accompanied by his hamster. Theodore, during the conversation, decided to give them some gold and asked them to bring him some butter, which is one of his favorite things, from a city called Chaldea's Ruin. It was a coastal city on the material plane with a deep connection to the Faerun. While they were getting information, though, Voshk noticed a map that showed a portal near Frostmere that could take them towards the Elven City. Theodore then reminded the students they were currently forbidden from leaving Highthrone or Frostmere. Rather than allowing that conversation to stop the party, Leon decided to use quick thinking and activated one of Theodore's traps, which had previously launched Demo out the window in another encounter, but this time the whole party. They used Featherfall to escape, but before they could escape fully, everyone but Leon made it out, and Leon was dragged back in and scolded by Theodore. Pretty good, too. But ultimately, Theodore let Leon go and join the rest of us. They eventually crossed over to Frostmere towards the bakery, and the map was placed in the portal somewhere nearby in a forest. Along the way, though, they realized they were being followed by a drow, the surviving one from the previous day's ambush and fight. Rather than going towards the portal, the group decided to begin tracking him. They eventually found the drow smoking a pipe on the bridge, so Demo, me, approached, pretending to be drunk and acting, and spoke with him. The conversation started out pretty funny, but unfortunately it ended with a sour note, and there was another threat made against the party's lives from the drow. It was an underlying threat, but a threat nonetheless. The drow then returned to his boat, where the party watched him join Saphir, who was at the boat as well. And the two of these men sailed back towards Highthrone. The group followed close enough where they watched the drow transform into a student, and they entered the school. The group snuck up to the boat, and they actually found some orders that were dropped. It revealed that the cursed dorm had officially become a target. Drow agents had been ordered to learn every member's face, their routines, nighttime movements, faculty connections, which members would be easiest to isolate, and once vulnerable, the party were to be separated, killed, and then they were to be searched and stripped of any unusual magical objects, power songs, documents, and artifacts. The orders made it clear that the Cursed Storm was no longer considered a group of ordinary students. Someone out there believed they were interfering with plans much bigger than themselves and were becoming dangerous enough to eliminate. The document also revealed a much larger conflict developing across the continent. Drow forces were gathering around Highthrone, Chaldea's Ruin, and Edoran Hollow. House Starbound, House Silverleaf, and House Lifeloop were being watched. Fighting had started to begun underneath the Giant's domain, where Skorgrad continued resisting Underdark forces. House Stormbeard and House Emberwim had strengthened their positions, however, while House Stormhold remained a threat in the mountains. Most troubling was the revelation that someone called New Zephyr was already operating inside Highthrone University. Certain Crown students had also begun questioning the Lord of Kings and were eventually supposed to be captured alive and removed. Rather than remain on the defensive, the party started to discuss how they might turn the situation against the enemies. The names of the threatened houses offer the possibility of building alliances against the forces surrounding High Throne and the other areas. Before doing anything else, they returned home to the dorm, where Rhea had discovered that Lyra had apparently left fireball scrolls in her room, something Donis confirmed while Lyra was also contacting Rhea through message. Their return home quickly became much worse than they expected. The false Saphir was sitting inside of the dorm at the fireplace waiting for them. As he threatened the party, 14 invisible drow revealed themselves throughout the house. Their objective was the countersong and the legendary weapon once belonging to the Archblade. During the attack, Leon's sword unexpectedly transformed into the countersong itself. The artifact proved to be enormously powerful, allowing Leon to carve through all the drow while the rest of the party fought desperately throughout the house. Rune had killed 4 of the drow during the battle with his giant weapon. Leon killed and went through several more with the countersong that he was wielding. Rhea had unleashed a fireball directly into the living room, destroying much of the room, setting the dorm ablaze and killing a bunch more attackers. Vosh, while in bear form, tore through some more, and Demo shattered a couple of them with sound itself. With the house burning around them and the lesser drow dead, the party finally focused everything they had on the false Saphir, who was wielding really powerful objects on his right hand and fingers. The party tore through all the defenses, but right as it was starting to get a little risky, Derek, the headmaster, arrived with some power of his own. It was a power song. Its magic basically pushed the party beyond their normal limits, allowing every attack to strike to its greatest possible potential. Eventually, Rune took the weapon he had, inspired by Demo, and overloaded it with lightning. And he, instead of thrusting the weapon, he used the flat edge onto Saphir's shoulder, trying to detach the arm from his body, stopping him from using the objects that were making him powerful and also healing him. Leon immediately followed up, doing the same thing, and severed the arm completely off. The rings that were worn and the gauntlet and everything sustaining the magic through the drow fell off completely and stopped working because he didn't have an arm, and the false Saphir collapsed to the floor and began bleeding out. With the battle finished, Derek used magic to control the flames and prevent the cursed dorm from being completely destroyed, and other faculty soon arrived to help stabilize and clean the house. After an organized attack involving 15 drow in their own home, the teachers recommended that the party immediately be placed under protection, but the group asked for a little bit of time first. Faculty stepped outside, leaving the cursed dorm alone to decompress and pack their belongings. For the first time after the fighting stopped, the scale of what happened began to settle over the group. 15 drow had just died in their own home at their own hands, and for many of them, this was the first time they killed real people. Demo and Leon were monster hunters, so unless there was a partially human being looking monster, this really wasn't something normal to them either. As the party prepared to leave, Rhea and Rune in particular began questioning the morality of what they had just done and what continuing down this path meant for them all. Definitely tune in next time. It's going to be pretty intense. There's a lot of intense energy going through the whole story right now, and it's unpredictable what the enemies of the group faces. But it's usually a great time, and if it's not, it's a pretty intense one for the party. Sometimes sad, sometimes happy, sometimes funny. Either way, thanks to our DM, the story is always phenomenal. It is a absolute privilege to play in it, and I love playing with this group. So that was this past session's recap. I hope you enjoyed it. We stream every single Friday on Twitch, so please definitely swing by and come hang out. If you check it below, there's a bunch of information on our guys, some links to check out, a Discord to join, so feel free to join the Phoenix Gaming Guild community and rise from the ashes with us.